What's going on, everyone? This is DarkSynth, and Capcom has already came out and said that at the launch of the game that they're gonna balance patch the game only once a year. So that's, a big gap in between the release and the first balance patch, which I don't agree with. I feel like a 4 to 6 month period would be a good time between each patch. So I guess we'll see what Capcom does come Season 2. So that's what we're here to discuss, is maybe potential system mechanic changes. I'm not going to talk about character-specific changes, mainly just changes that could potentially happen and kind of a wish list for the drive system come Season 2. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first mechanic that we can get into is Drive Rush, since it's the big one that everyone's talking about. I feel like what Capcom could do to enforce people to play more neutral would be to punish people harder if they get hit while they're in Drive Rush. So I saw a tweet from James Chen saying that, like in Street Fighter 3, the Street Fighter 3 games, if you hit an opponent or swept an opponent when they're dashing at you, they would tumble towards you and fall down right in front of you. So maybe like a stumble mechanic where if you hit them during Drive Rush, they'll stumble forward and then you can get a combo off it. I feel like that would be a pretty good change. And another thing they need to do is balance the speeds and the distance across the board. So Cammy's Drive Rush is pretty bad. Like Ryu's is even better than hers. She only goes a certain distance and then stops, where some characters go like further past hers and can even use moves to carry their momentum forward. So I feel like they should take characters like DJ, Jury, bring their Drive Rush down, and bring characters like Cammy's Drive Rush up a little. So just kind of make them balanced in terms of how far they go and the speed at which they occur. So I feel like those could be pretty good changes for Drive Rush, but who knows what Capcom has in mind. So the other big mechanic that's being talked about is Perfect Parry, because right now in its current state it is very strong. You can even Perfect Parry out of hit stun. So say someone does like a normal into a fireball, you get hit with the fireball and then they follow up with a normal, you can Perfect Parry that follow-up normal. I think one adjustment would be not being able to parry out of hit stun, because just with that and how strong Perfect Parry is, it literally turns the tide of matches like in an instant. Even though you don't get a whole lot of damage, just as simple as stage positioning, like getting your opponent in the corner, can change up the match, and depending on how much resources they have, can really change the tide of the match. Another thing they could do is maybe increase the recovery at which the parry, recovers. So if you just tap parry and how slow it recovers, maybe they could increase that, make it recover a little slower. And the last thing I feel like they could do, but it would indirectly buff characters like Guile, would make it to where you can only Perfect Parry special moves. So how that would indirectly buff Guile is because he literally only has 2 special moves, and that's his Sonic Boom and his Flash Kick. So if he took away being able to Perfect Parry normals, like especially even heavies, like that just makes Guile stronger. So I don't know how you could balance Perfect Parry without really like indirectly nerfing or buffing certain characters. So again, we'll just see what Capcom has in mind with that. So drive reversal, I feel like, is one of the weakest mechanics out of the drive system. You can get blocked a little too easy. Like if your opponent does pretty safe pressure, they can get baited out with the drive reversal and get punished. So what I think drive reversal needs is being able to punish faster moves. So like mediums, at least. Like, of course you shouldn't be able to drive reversal lights, so at least being able to drive reversal like 5 or 6 frame medium normals should be good in terms of buffing drive reversal, because the pressure in this game can be pretty scary with how Drive Rush is, so getting your opponent off you is pretty important, and drive reversal just isn't really that strong in terms of a mechanic. Like, you can use a DP, but still that's even, like, you know, risky. You can DP through your opponent's pressure, but it's still a risk. So just drive reversal needs buff. And last but not least, drive impact. I feel like this is one of the mechanics out of the drive system that I just don't think needs touched. It's 27 frame startup, which is very slow, so if you can't react to a 27 frame move, I'm sorry. Go into practice mode, do some drills, practice reacting to a jump in, to a drive rush, and to a drive impact. Literally doing drills will improve your reaction, so I don't really see the purpose of nerfing a mechanic that's, like, pretty balanced in my opinion. It's pretty high risk, high reward mechanic, and again, it's 27 frames, so if you can't react to 27 frames, I don't know what to tell you. Get your reactions up, that's what I have to tell you. That's pretty much the end of this video. If you enjoyed me discussing stuff like this, you know, like potential changes for a fighting game, news and gameplay and guides, hit that subscribe button, and also consider leaving a like as it helps with the channel. But that's it. This is DarkSynth signing out, and I hope you take care.